If your AI avatar looks like it's being controlled by a ghost, yeah, that's not normal. Now, I don't think I need to explain, but yeah, there's a lot wrong with this one.
All right, quick test. So this is me, but it's not actually me. It's an AI version of me talking right now.
And if yours have came out looking anything remotely close to this, chances are you're just not using the AI to its fullest potential. So most people probably start with a photo avatar, right? You upload a picture, type your script, pick your style, super easy. But then it comes out looking like this.
All right, quick test. So this is me, but it's not actually me. It's an AI version of me talking right now.
I honestly don't even know how to describe what I just saw, but I don't think I can unsee it. But then after something like this, people think the AI tool is just bad, but it's not. The AI is only as good as the person prompting it. 9 times out of 10, there's a way to make it better that you probably just haven't tried yet. Quick to the basics. There's 2 different types of avatars in HeyGen, and they are not the same, but they both do have their bonuses. The photo option helps give you a ton of flexibility, especially with your outfits and your backgrounds, while the video option gives you hyper-realistic motion learned from your actual video. So it's not actually about which one is better, it's about which one fits what you need to do the most. So first, we'll look at photo avatars. We have hundreds of stock avatars that you could choose from, or you can use photos of yourself to make one of your own. It's super quick and super easy. Just upload a photo and fill in a few bits of info so it can match you the best. And you can prompt it to generate you in the look that you want. And there's actually a few different ways to do this. Firstly, and the most obvious one, you could just take a picture of you in a different outfit, or you can use our design the look with AI tool. And this option can give you some pretty awesome default looks, such as the background and the outfits. But now to actually do it, head on over to the avatar you just created and click the new look option. You can either upload a picture of yourself in another outfit or choose from a ton of the AI options. And we'll go for this one just because I like it to have a more casual look, and just press remix and now it's already generating. And then you're pretty much done.
Hey guys, I'm not a real human, just an AI avatar.
And now there's also another option with the designer with AI. Just click on it and you can see here, we can actually prompt it with our text. So I say something like, make me wearing a blue button-up t-shirt in a gaming office. And right here, just click generate. And this actually gave me 3 different options I can use depending on how I want my video to come out looking.
What's up guys? How do you think it came out?
But it does work a little bit differently than a video generated twin. And because it's based on a single image, that single image matters so much. So if you end up using a bad image, you can end up getting something like this.
All right, quick test.
It can look a little uncanny, like you, but not quite like you. So now to get the best results with the photo option, here's a few tips. Number 1, use a high quality image. Number 2, good lighting. And number 3, use a straight on angle. If the lighting is uneven or your face is turned too much, the AI has to guess, and we don't want the AI to guess, because that's when things can start to look a little wonky. Just try to keep it simple. You want the AI to focus on your face. And don't be super serious. A genuine expression can help a ton. Another big upgrade is using the voice cloning. If you pair your photo avatar with your actual voice, it'll make it seem so much more realistic, and it instantly feels a lot more like you. So yeah, photo avatars are not bad in the slightest. And if you set them up properly, they can actually look amazing while also being incredibly versatile. And now we got video avatars. It's your digital twin that moves, sounds, and looks just like you. This one is trained on actual footage of you. So it copies your body language, your micro expressions, your energy, everything. But unlike the photo option, this is trained on actual footage of yourself. So you're a bit more locked into the setting and your clothing, which does give you a little bit less flexibility. So now, how do you record your digital twin? Now this is where you can mess it up bad. If your recording is trash, your avatar will be trash forever. Aim for a 15 to 30 second video for the best results. If the video is too short, the AI doesn't have enough data to base off of. And if the video is too long, you're pretty much just adding a bunch of extra padding that doesn't help. That window is where it can really pick up your expressions, your timing, and your energy. And if you want a full in-depth guide on how you can actually get the best results, we already made one. And I'll make sure to leave the link to this video down in the description. But I'll also go over quick some important things to keep in mind when you're making your digital twin. First, lighting. Face a window or use a light. If you look like you're being interrogated or you're stuck in a cave, and as much as we all want to be, we're not Iron Man. We're not stuck in a cave. It won't look good. So do yourself and your avatar a favor, use good lighting. And now see, I tried to do one with really, really poor lighting for you, but it didn't turn out that bad.
All right, quick test. So this is me, but it's not actually me. It's an AI version of me talking right now.
So I guess my attempt at making a very, very poor one kind of failed. But obviously, if you use a super low resolution picture or barely even show your face, it's not going to turn out good. The second one is framing. Being chest up, centered, and not cutting your head off is usually best practice. I know that sounds obvious, but I've seen people record like this, and then you wonder why your avatar doesn't look good. And the third one, the movement. Please stop doing this. If your hand blocks your face, the AI has no idea what's happening. You're basically doing a magic trick mid-training. You're basically playing peekaboo with a robot. It doesn't want to play. Now this is the biggest mistake people can possibly make. They make it seem like they're reading a script. Now using a script is not the problem at all, but sounding like you're using one is. Kind of like this. Hey guys, today I will be creating my digital twin, and I'm very excited. I hope it turns out good. That right there just ruined your avatar. Your avatar learns from you. So if you sound boring here, you'll sound boring forever. Instead, freestyle or memorize. Talk like you normally would. Explain your favorite movie or a hobby. Rant about something random or tell a story like you're talking to a friend. You want energy, movement, personality, because that is what is getting copied and learned. You can't be reading in a voice that's not naturally yours in a script that you wouldn't normally say. So sometimes your avatar isn't broken, it's just trained on the most boring version of you. But now that we've made both a photo and a video avatar, let me show you the key differences. Same person, two completely different results. Let's start with the photo avatar. Pay attention to things like the expression.
All right, quick test. So this is me, but it's not actually me. It's an AI version of me talking right now.
My head and body are a little bit still, and the eye contact, all right, the eye contact is actually pretty good, and I am blinking. The overall energy, it's not bad at all, but it could have more motion and be a little more lively. Now comparing this to the video avatar.
All right, quick test. So this is me, but it's not actually me. It's an AI version of me talking right now.
Look at the expression here. My facial expressions are exactly what I'm showing you right now. The eye contact is just great, and the energy, it feels so alive. When I was holding that camera, my hand was shaking, I was shifting back and forth, exactly like how you're seeing right there. It seriously feels like I filmed it. And it's not that one is bad and one is good, they're just very different. Like see, with the photo one, off this one script, I made these 3 videos with just that one picture of me. And you also got to keep in mind, the photo avatar is just basing it off of one single image. So every single thing in that video is being generated off of that one reference, whereas the video avatar is trained on my actual movement. Facial expressions, timing, subtle expressions, everything. And that's the stuff that your brain really picks up on if you're paying attention. Again, same person, same words, just slightly different outcome. But depending on what you're going for, you might choose one over the other. One is built for versatility and one is built for lifelike detail. For example, with the video avatar option, you can see it's moving and talking just like me. So if you're gonna make a digital twin, do it right the first time, because fixing it later is way more annoying. So anyways, I'll keep breaking this stuff down so you guys don't have to figure it out the hard way.